If compound interest questions are stressing you out, this video will fix that in the next few minutes. I'm Mr. Rozon. Let me show you exactly how to use the TVM Solver to solve these types of questions really fast. So the TVM Solver, if you don't know what it is, it's a compound interest calculator that originally it was designed for Texas Instruments calculators, but there's lots of different versions of these online, and I'm going to show you one that I've created. So my website is tvmsolver.com, and I'll show you exactly how to use this. So on the left, what I've got is like a little cheat sheet for you. You can feel free to screenshot this if you'd like. And every TVM solver I've ever used, they have these same basic fields. So one of the fields is N. N is going to represent the total number of compound periods. I% will be the annual interest rate, but you don't need to convert it to a decimal. You just put it as a percentage. The PV is short for present value. And I'm going to talk about negatives in a second here. PMT is short for payments. FV is the future value. PY is payments per year, and CY is compounds per year. Now, let me give you some examples and let me show you exactly how this works. So example number one. So example one says find the future value. And we got $5,000 and it's invested at 6% interest per year, compounded monthly for 3 years. How much would that be worth in the end? Okay, so the way we're going to do this is I'm going to do the work over here, but I've got it written down over on this side here. Okay, so I'm using tvmsolver.com to solve this question. So N will be the number of periods. So we're going to do 3 years, and it's compounded monthly, and there's 12 months in a year. So you're going to go 3 times 12, hit enter, and you get 36. So that's what the N is going to be. I/Y is the interest rate, but you put it as a percentage. It tells me it's 6%. So 6% interest. The PV, here's where it gets a bit weird. Now it tells me I'm going to invest $5,000. So with every TVM solver, what you have to do is you have to indicate using negatives the direction in which money is flowing. In this case, I'm going to put minus $5,000. And the reason I'm using minus is because the minus indicates that the money is going away from me. So I'm going to give it to the bank. So you can think of it as I'm going to lose $5,000. I'm going to give it to the bank. And what's going to happen is it's going to compound, and then they're going to give it back to me, and it's going to be larger. So my final value would be a positive number because I'm going to receive that back. So this negative just indicates that the money is going away from me. Now payment, if we read the question here, it doesn't say anything about making payments. Like if it said something like, oh, I'm depositing $100 a week or something like that, then I would put something here. But there are no payments. So we're going to leave it like that. And the last thing we have to do is it's compounded monthly. So we need to make sure these are both set to 12. So the 12 compounds per year. And these should match most of the time. And what we do to solve this, we hit this button right here. And that is the answer right there. So in the end, this investment is going to be worth $5,983.40. Now on my TVM solver, I've got this little extra feature where this little graph appears. It shows you how much your investment is compounding. It'll actually tell you how much interest you've earned as well, which is kind of cool. So I started with $5,000. My bank account is now worth $5,983.40, and this is the amount of interest that I've earned. So it's kind of a little useful thing that I built into my version of the TVM solver. Now let's go ahead and reset it. We're going to try another question now. So example 2 I've got. So it says, I want to have $10,000 in 5 years. The account is going to earn 4% interest per year, compounded quarterly. How much do I have to invest today? So let's start by figuring out the N. N is going to be 5 years. And because it's quarterly is 4 times a year. So let's go 5 times 4. That's going to be 20 compounds is what's going to happen here. Our interest rate is 4%. The PV, I do not know this. Okay, so it says, how much do I need to invest today? I don't know what that number is, so we're going to leave that one. Payment, it doesn't say anything about making payments, so leave that as a 0. And the final value, I want to have 10,000. This needs to be a positive number. I need to receive $10,000 at the end. I need to gain that. So that's a positive number right here. When I solve for the PV, this will be a negative number because I need to lose that and give it to the bank for the initial investment. Now down here, I gotta figure these out. It's quarterly, so let's change these both to 4, and let's solve this. Okay, So this is the answer. So it says negative $8,195.44. So basically what that means is that that's my initial investment. I need to invest $8,195.44. And what I'll get back in the end is I will gain 10,000 bucks. So the interest I'm going to earn is going to be 1804 and 56 cents, and it's going to grow at 4% interest, and that's how it goes from this number to this number. You know, that's what compound interest does, right? Your investments go higher. Let's try another question. Now, example 3 I've got here is we got to find the interest rate. This is a question where the TVM solver really shines. Finding an interest rate is essentially impossible to do without it. Very, very difficult. You could do a guess and check type of situation, but even then, you know, you're not going to be able to get it very accurate. But a TVM solver will do it. So let me show you how this one is going to work. So this question here, we have an investment that's going to grow from 2,000 bucks to 3,500 in 6 years, and it's compounded semi-annually. What is the annual interest rate? So we're going to fill everything in other than the interest rate input box here. So N will be 6 years, and it's semi-annual, which means twice per year. So 6 times 2, that gives me 12. The interest rate I don't know. The present value though. So I need to start with a $2,000 investment, and I'm going to cash out 3,500. So this is actually going to be minus 2,000 right here. And the final value, what I'm going to get back is positive 3,500. And it says nothing about payments, so we're going to leave that as a 0. And then these, the interest is going to be semi-annual. So for both of these, put 2 and 2. And we're going to solve this. And that's going to be the answer right there. So the interest rate that I must have earned that satisfies this question is basically 9.5% interest. Okay. So that's the next example. You can solve for interest rates as well. The idea is you fill in all of your boxes and you just leave one blank and you hit solve and it's going to find it for you. Let's try one more. Okay. Next one. How long will it take 1,500 bucks to grow to $2,000 at 5% per year compounded annually? So this one, we don't know the N, the mystery amount here, like the number of payments. So that's when we're going to leave blank. Let's fill everything else in though. We know our interest rate's 5%. We know that our present value is going to be minus 1,500. Okay, there's no payment. The final value is going to be 2,000. And it tells us this compounding annually. Compounding annually means once per year. So let's change this 1 and 1. And then let's solve for N. And there we go. Okay. So this N tells me that there are 5.9 compounds, basically is what this is. Now, because it's compounding annually, and it annually is once per year, this is like 5.9 years. So it's almost 6 years. Be careful with a question like this. You know, if it's compounding quarterly, for example, you have to figure out, like, this will be the number of quarters. It wouldn't be the number of years. The only reason it's the number of years is because I'm doing annual interest rate. If it was something else, you'd have to divide it by however many compounds per year it is. So just be very, very cautious with something like that, okay? So, like, let's say I did this. Let's change it to 3,000. And we're going to change this to quarterly, for example. We want to figure out N, okay? This 55 in this example, that's not 55 years. This is 55 compound periods. And there's 4 compound periods per year. So you'd have to take this and divide by 4 to figure out the number of years. So just a little FYI for you for these types of questions, okay? And that's basically the TVM solver. Now, I will show you one extra little example. I love to show my students because everybody always wants to know, well, how do I get rich, right? So here's a cool little scenario for you. What you could do is, let's say, for example, that you were 16 years old and you know you want to save up until you retire, okay? So most people retire when they're 55, 56 years old, something like that, right? I mean, some people obviously retire later, but let's say our goal is at 55, okay? What we could do is go 55 minus 16, figure out how many years that is. So that's 39 years. And we're going to say that we can deposit once a month. So let's go 39 times 12. We're going to make 468 deposits. Now, the stock market in the long-term average is you get about 7% interest in the stock market. That's assuming you did a mutual fund or something like that. Now, you can tell your students or yourself or whatever, right? If you have a starting amount in your bank account, you can put that in there. So let's say I'm starting with $1,000, and maybe I can put in $150 every month. So this is where I'm going to use the payment field. So I'm going to have $1,000 in my account to start, and I'm going to put another $150 every single month, basically for 39 years. And we are doing monthly payments and compounds, so we'll leave that. Let's see what this is worth in the end. There we go. So this is going to be worth $380,000, assuming that I can afford to put in $150 a month, and I do that forever over the next 30 years. It's a really interesting example because it really shows the power of compound interest, and you can see how much interest I've actually earned relative to what I actually put into my account, right? I'm depositing, $71,200, but in the end, it ends up being worth, $380,000 because it's compounding interest over 30 years, which is pretty sweet. So that's a cool little example that you can play around with. You can try and figure out, okay, what does my payment need to be to make $1 million, for example? If you wanted to do $1 million, what does my payment need to be? Oh, there it is. I got to deposit $404 a month. Okay, you could try doing weekly instead, make it a little bit more manageable instead of monthly. But you can see the power of compound interest, and it's always, amazing to see. Okay, I put in $190,000, but it's now worth $1 million. Okay, but obviously it's it takes time, right? It's 30 years or whatever it is, right? So, yeah. But this is just a little demonstration of the compound interest calculator. Again, my TVM solver is tvmsolver.com. Hopefully it works out good for you. Try it out. If you have any comments about my website or any questions about these types of problems, let me know, and I'll definitely answer them in the comment section down below. So hopefully you liked it. If you thought it was worthwhile watching this and you learned something, like and subscribe. And I'm going to come out with new stuff every Tuesday and Friday going forward. Lots of math videos and Java videos going forward. Thanks very much.